Hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are in the AMX30B French Tier 10 medium tank, one of my favorites in the game. We are on map Kitmat and we are in the encounter mode. There's one artillery per side, so in AMX30B on this map, even though it doesn't have like crazy gun depression, it's still good enough to fight out of position B2. So that's where we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it to position B2, and hopefully our team will follow us and we'll see what happens there. So hopefully we can poke over the hill and put shells into the opposition. And also I'm hoping that the artillery that's on the opposing team is not gonna pay attention to this area, because if they already pays attention to this side, we are in big trouble. Anyway, I decided to poke out through here because sometimes early in game the opposition likes to poke over the hill and we are able to spot them from this position. So we put a shell into Yakpanzi 100. We bounce a shell from our right hand side, so we know that there's something sitting somewhere around D5 or C6, something like that. And looks like our team is not going to push hard. So because that's the case, we can't really move out of this position. Now, this position is a great defensive position if you can't push towards the hill, because like I said, it protects you from guys on the right hand side as well as protects you from the hill, and you are able to just poke out and spot these guys over there. As long as artillery is not looking at you, you should be fine, because if RD is looking at you, you're going to be in trouble in this position here, that's for sure. Also, another problem with this position is if opposition pushes through the middle, through the 3 line for instance, they are able to flank you from inside and you sort of isolated from your friendlies. So you're gonna have to fight 1v1 if you need to. But again, with AMX30B, I don't have that problem. This tank can pretty much duke it out with any medium tank 1v1 as well as light tank, so I don't have a problem with that. And we're not gonna do anything drastic. We're gonna try to poke out, snap shoot. This tank is great at snap shooting. I strongly recommend it. And at the same time, we're just gonna try to spot these guys, right? Get some assisted damage. That's exactly what we're doing here. And we're gonna do step and repeat, making sure that we're not overexposing on our right hand side, because there's this tank sitting somewhere in there at C6. We have to remember that, right? So step and repeat, step and repeat. And you guys not gonna believe how much assisted damage we're gonna accumulate out of this position. And simply because I'm the furthest one up on this side of the map, so basically most of that damage, most of that spotting damage that I'm collecting will be mine. So again, we're gonna be really cautious. I don't want to do anything drastic here. I still have team behind me. Looks like most of them have vanished, but we still have TD and a medium tank. Looks like Tortoise decided to push, so we're gonna put a shell into him, and we're gonna try to do the same thing here. We're just gonna poke out and hit him. We're gonna try to line up a shot at his cupola. Yes, we hit him, and soon enough he should be taken out here. Now I've loaded heat. That was for the Death Star, because sometimes he's hard to hit in a turret. If you're shooting APCR with low penetration, you have to really penetrate the top of his turret, so I didn't want to play with that. At the same time, I forgot to switch it back, but it doesn't matter. We'll switch it back later. I wanted to maintain my rate of fire here just in case these guys are going to rush me. I didn't know whether Centurion was going to rush me. I knew exactly that Conqueror wasn't. So we take the Conqueror out right there, and now we can rush the Centurion. So we're going to switch to APCR rounds, and we're going to take him from the inside. I know that there is a tank on my right hand side, but my 6th sense disappeared, and then here we got behind the hill. And at this point, we're pushing with our medium tank, so he was paying attention to our medium tank instead of me. So we're going to scoot down to the bottom here. Unfortunately, our medium tank gets taken out. So we're going to fake that we're going back towards the base, but we're going to turn around and we're going to try to go and deal with that STRV. Now, as you can see, we're losing the other side. Looks like the opposing team is going and pushing the encounter, and they're winning the other side. So we're gonna have to work quick over here. We're gonna try to take out the STRV and take out the RD. Now, as you can see, I'm switching to heat rounds because STRV from the front is extremely hard to penetrate, especially with low penetration. So heat rounds give me opportunity to just hit him in a bottom plate and just pen him. And that's exactly what I was thinking here. But we find a shot at this object 705 here, so we're gonna put one shell into him. But we get spotted at the same time, meaning that STRV is looking at us. That shot coming into us from left side looked like it was an RD shell. So RD is probably sitting somewhere at B8, something like that. But at this point in time, I remain spotted here. I don't know why. Something from the middle must be spotting me. I was debating whether to go and defend the base or whether to go after this STRV. So I was thinking, well, maybe if I could put a couple of shells here into STRV, if I can spot him. But unfortunately, I get spotted instead. So I decided not to push this because I'm going to need my HP later on in the game, depending on what happens in the base. As you notice here, we don't have very mobile tanks at this point. 2 TDs and a heavy, which is type 4, and they're far away from the base. So I'm the one that has to go back and reset the base, and I have to pretty much go YOLO in this situation and see what develops, because I really need to reset this. Otherwise, opposition will win. So we're gonna scoot on this side of the church, and we're gonna come down through this side, see what we can spot here. We spot the convoy, we're gonna put a shell into him, and now we're gonna dip quickly so that he cannot hit us if he turns around to hit us. We're gonna try to spot what else is here in case Artie has shots. Maybe Artie will be able to hit whoever's in the base. We spot this E5. We bounce a shell from E5. Unfortunately, we don't have a shot at him. So I was debating whether to go back after him or turn to the right side over here, and Artie catches me and puts a huge shell into me. But we're gonna come out here, we're gonna try to take out convoy. STRV hits us from right hand side. E5 is gonna rush us. We lose a lot of HP in this engagement, but it doesn't really matter because we reset the base back to 4 minutes. We bounce another shell from STRV, and that's the thing with AMX30B. This machine can bounce shells like crazy, especially if you move back and forth and you're kind of angling that front plate. You can get some weird bounces with this thing. So just like that, we reset and we're winning this game. We're only at 260 HP, unfortunately, but we're gonna try to pretty much poke out here and spot the STRV. Looks like convoy got spotted, so he backed off. His crew probably is not the best. So STRV, we can see his side. We put a shell into him, but we still have heat loaded, so it doesn't really matter. I should be able to go through his front. We're gonna poke out one more time. We're gonna try to put a shell into his bottom plate. Can we do it? Yes, we can, but we get shut down by the Artie. We get shut down by the Artie. Alright, I give Artie props. I'm gonna give him props, even though he pissed me off in this game. I'm gonna give him props because he was actually trying to win the game. Because if he wasn't trying to win the game, he would be shooting at the convoy. Convoy was definitely spotted because he was poking from right side of the hill. He chose to shoot me, who was the low HP target, meaning he wanted to take the gun out of the game, and he did. Congratulations. Unfortunately for him, he still has to deal with full health convoy and almost full health type 4, who was sitting back at J, what is it, 7? Or J6, somewhere around there, and sniping. Good job by this type 4 heavy. That's exactly how you should play a heavy tank. So, looks like 3 of our players, 3 of our heroes are capping here, which is good, which is a good choice, because why chase the artillery around the map, and who knows what they're gonna do. And what the opposing team already should have done is loaded super HE and should be hitting the cap circle somewhere, see if they can splash someone, right? That would be the ultimate play. So I don't know why the opposing RD is not doing that, but hey, what do I know? It seemed to me that he was a decent player because he did end up in first spot on the opposing team list, so he must have been a decent player, right? Anyway, he gets spotted right here, as you can see, and all of our heroes are gonna charge this guy right now. Yeah, just like that. Type 4 gets out of his cap, and he's gonna try to put a shell into him. Is he gonna be able to hit him? Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, aim that shot. No, he hits the rock. Our RD fires too. Unfortunately, comes up short. But looks like our heroes are moving up to get this guy out of the game. And at this point, I was like, yo, hello, it's an encounter. It's an encounter. Please cap, because if Conway gets hit and gets killed, then Type 4 has to turn around, go back and cap the base. I know there's still plenty of time, but I just wasn't trusting these guys here. Now, what this Conway should have done here, he should have poked out from around the rock or around the hill on the left side and just hit the HMC. But what does he do? He drives up right in the open, showing him his entire side, and he gets lucky. He doesn't get taken out. What he should have done is poke from around the hill on the left-hand side, use the HESH shell to penetrate the top superstructure of the RD and take him out of the game. But luckily, we managed to finish this game. Let's take a look at the end plates right now and see how we did. So we managed to put up fantastic score, to be honest. This is 10.7 combined damage, guys. 10.7k combined damage. 6.4, almost 6.5k assisted. From that position, I got about 5k where I was. Then later on, the T110E5 got shut down by RD, so I got additional assisted damage out of that as well. Plus, on top of that, cherry on the cake was over 4k raw damage or induced damage, and that would have been higher if that RD didn't shut me down. So, good job by him. So we finished with 1582 base XP, 3 kills, 4.2k induced damage, and by the way, we got reported by E5 player for whatever reason. I don't understand. I asked him why. He wasn't able to explain it to me, but whatever. Still a fantastic game. We fired 15 shells, we had 12 direct hits, 12 penetrations, but 10.7k combined is absolutely spectacular. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit, checking out.